Physic, listen. Do you hear? That is the sound of ultimate suffering.
Hello everybody, so welcome back to the channel. Massive thanks to the subscribers. It's going up slightly, which is very lovely, and I'm very grateful. So please leave comments so you can tell me how you feel about the videos. But anyway, recently I put up a video saying I was going to do the bronze challenge for the Read What You Own video, and I thought it'd be quite nice to do a TBR because I have got so many books unread. So I'm going to do a TBR, so some of the things that I could read in the next couple of months to do this 25 book challenge. So this is more than 25 books. It gives you a sense of how easy it would be for me to just read if I didn't enjoy buying books so much. So this is my plan. So I'm going to show you some of the things I could read. So clearly, before I be specific, I'm doing the Ray Bradbury readathon, which starts in the middle of this, and also there's going to be an announcement about the folktales thing, investigation that will probably start while I'm doing this, and I'm doing my Philip K. Dick thing in December as well. But there's so much other stuff I've got that I could read. So let's just start with, so recently I bought this. I was really pleased to find it, Six of Crows, and I bought this. This is like a fantasy heist thing, right up my street. I'm sure I'm going to love it. Everybody else seems to love it. So I'm going to read this at some point. It's quite a chunky one. So whether or not I do that in the middle of the 25 book challenge, I don't know, but I could do. I definitely want to read it. Again, another chunky one, but something I've been meaning to read for ages. Adrian Tchaikovsky's Cage of Souls. I've mentioned this a few times, and I really like Adrian Tchaikovsky, so I want to read that. I have mentioned before that I want to do a proper investigation into James Baldwin, and I've got Giovanni's Room, Go Tell It on the Mountain, and Another Country. I'm definitely going to read at least one of these for the 25 book challenge. There's an old historical comedy novel that I've had for a while, and this is set, I'm pretty sure this is set in the period of the Great Plague, the Black Death. So that's my favourite part of history, so I'm definitely want to read this, and I'm curious to know what it's like. But, you know, that's one I randomly found once. Still going to be investigating my Stephen King stuff, and The Long Walk was one I was really excited to get. Need to read The Long Walk. Loads of people love this, so that's definitely on my TBR. I nearly read Way Station in the New World's November, but I didn't, so I ought to read Way Station. There's some Harry Harrison stuff. I've got loads of Harry Harrison stuff that I haven't read yet, as well as, obviously, there's another one there. That would be a reread, to be fair, but I do love Harry Harrison stuff. This is one I bought while I was in Wales, and I bought this and then thought, great, I can take the library book back, and I need to do that. But this is, you know, universally praised, and I need to read this. I have read the first book of the Broken Earth trilogy, which was really good, so I'm looking forward to this one. Apparently this is really good. I've started this, so I've only read a small amount of it, but I need to finish this. Nearly in a time stack. Robert Silverberg. I've got a bunch of Robert Silverberg, actually, which it'll probably come up again. Where is he? There's that one for a start. Man in the Maze. But I bought quite a lot of Robert Silverberg recently, so he's definitely going to be up there. I nearly read this one in the classics prompt for New World's November. I still haven't read Canterbury for Leibowitz. I don't know. I just keep delaying it. It's so popular, and I'd like to like it. I'm just worried I won't like it, and it's not the end of the world if I don't, but I would really like to like it. So anyway, that's a possibility. I might read Canterbury for Leibowitz. I definitely wanted to read this around Christmas, Hogfather, because it's a Discworld novel I haven't read, and it's set at Christmas, so it seems like an ideal time to read it. And I want to build up a Terry Pratchett video over next year as well. So there's that. There's The Female Man. I recently bought this, and that's an absolute classic, a great cover. The Female Man. Theodore Sturgeon, more Theodore Sturgeon. I will read any Theodore Sturgeon I find, and that was one I found recently, another great cover. I haven't read a lot of James Blish, so that's a possibility. CJ Cherry, I've got some CJ Cherry stuff to discover what she's like as an author. I get the impression it's kind of like pulpy stuff, but I don't know for sure. But if it is, I'll probably really enjoy it. Finally, hopefully, might read the Riverworld series, or at least the first book in the Riverworld series by Jose Farmer. So that's there to be read. I keep looking at this. I like Joe Haldeman. I've got a bunch of Joe Haldeman stuff I could read. And this is an anthology that he edited, which is like a sort of a pacifist theme to it. Oh, look, there's Binti. I need to finish Binti. I need to finish Binti as well. So there's that. And down, that's CJ Cherry's Down Below Station, which is a really famous one of hers. So that's a possibility. This is one that I mentioned in a recent book haul that looked really interesting. That Richard Saxon one, a book about overpopulation or solving overpopulation. I mentioned this one recently. Actually, no, that's not overpopulation. That one's the overpopulation one. The Wanting Seed, Anthony Burgess. That seems really odd, that one. So I'm likely to read that one soon. This is actually a time travel one, I think. Yeah. This is the time travel one. But I was going to read that to expand my knowledge of time travel books. This is a classic one. Where Late the Sweet Bird Sang. Where Late the Sweet Bird Sang. And that's one I could read very soon. I nearly read this in New Worlds November as well. There's obviously, I've just mentioned the Philip K. Dick thing I'm doing. Lee Brackett's Long Tomorrow. I bought this recently, so it's brand new, so I could read that one. I found this one, which is an interesting kind of commentary on social media, and I've heard a lot of good things about this, and I'd like to read this. It's fairly chunky, but you know, if it's something I can get behind, it's 400 pages. If I can get behind it, then it won't matter so much whether it's chunky or not. Again, this was another purchase that was a recent purchase about 4 or 5 months ago, and I really want to read this. I really, really like Station 11, so I'm going to read this. Around the same time, I got Upgrade. Still haven't read Upgrade, which is ridiculous. I'm a big Blake Crouch fan, so really look forward to reading this. And around the same time, again, I bought The Thing Itself by Adam Roberts, so definitely want to read that. Ages ago, I bought this on a whim, or put it on my Christmas list on a whim, and I still haven't read it, and it looks a bit crazy. Has anyone read Waypoint Kangaroo? Because it seems like really cool. It's like alternative reality kind of thing, I think, going through wormholes and stuff. But I think it looks really cool. My kind of thing, I think. But yeah, Waypoint Kangaroo by Curtis Chen. Has anyone read that? That's the one I definitely want to read. And again, similar size, so kind of similar part of my shelves up there. The Anomaly, which I've mentioned before, need to read that. Again, possibly in the 25 book challenge. I've got so many books I need to read. Just up here, I could read Nosferatu by Joe Hill. I could read more of the Expanse books. I could read the other 2 First Law books. Into January, I'm going to read Rendezvous with Rama. There's a bunch of stuff at the top there, like Project Hail Mary's up there. There's some Svigatsky brothers. Ken Casey's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is up there. There's a whole load. Half the shelf up the top is J.G. Ballard. So much to read. So little time. But I'm halting my buying until I've read 25 books. So, yeah, lots of good stuff I can read. There's a whole 2 boxes down there of vintage science fiction that, again, I could include in all this as well. So, lots of stuff to look forward to. Have you read any of those books? Is there anything on there you think, read that first, Gareth? Read it first. Let me know. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.